Hello! What's up guys? It's your girl Lorcutt. So today we are going to be doing the essentials of video editing. These are my 5 really big tips for people who want to start video editing, the things that you need to buy, the things that you need to get when you buy that one thing, you know what I mean? Let's get started. First, of course, you film that video. Everyone wants that video with a little extra jazz, you know what I mean? You want that little sparkle of yours on your video. You want to brand it. You want to make it yours. Once you made that video, it's time for the editing stage. And the editing stage is the most important process because you want to make the video exactly how you've been imagining it in your head this entire time. But where do you start? The first thing that you're going to need that facilitates this entire process is a fast computer. A computer is essential for video editing. You have to have your video editing software on it. Your computer is basically your workspace. That's where you do all of your editing on. You can pick whatever brand or model that you want as long as it's cooperative with your work and that it works for you. There are 5 important aspects to a video editing computer that will be good for you. So the 5 things that you need to look for in a video editing computer is a CPU, hard drive storage, a graphics card, RAM memory, and an LCD monitor if you prefer. People might be asking,
what even are those things? I don't know anything about computers.
Well,
I got you. Let's get you hip.
CPUs are super significant for your editing software to make it run at the maximum speed possible. CPUs help titling, color correction, transition, and other video effects that render at an efficient rate. In those final steps of exporting your video, your CPU is going to be your best friend. If your computer does not have a CPU, your exporting process might take very long. You don't want any lagging. For something that might be a minute video take like 10 minutes to export. A fast CPU is going to help you a lot in the long run. Number 2, hard drive storage. Storage is super important when it comes to importing your footage. Your footage is going to take the most amount of storage in your computer. If you have videos ranging from like 45 minutes to like 2 hours, it's gonna fill up your storage like that. So for video editors, I would recommend having an internal hard drive that's up to like 2 terabytes. I would also recommend getting an external hard drive because you're most likely going to need it. Your computer's gonna fill up fairly quickly with a lot of footage, so another 2 terabyte external hard drive is not going to hurt you at all. It's going to help you. Especially if your computer crashes, I always have an external backup on me at all times because I have my backup of my computer on there, and just in case your software crashes, it has all of your auto saves on that hard drive if you preset it that way. I will probably make another video doing that as well. Number 3, a graphics card. Trust me, I didn't know anything about computers before I video edited as well, and then I realized this might be pretty important, especially if my computer is going to be the main portion of this whole thing. So a graphics card in your computer is also going to make your video editing software perform at a higher rate. This will also help in the rendering process when it goes to exporting your footage. The good graphics card would be anything that's GTX. A GTX 1050 or a 1050i is recommended for beginners. Any footage that's at 4K or higher should have a GTX 1660. That will always be a good choice no matter if you're just beginning or you're going to expert. They usually provide them for video gamers. Number 4, RAM memory. Once again, video editing takes up a lot of RAM memory. So the more RAM memory that you have, the faster the job is going to get done. For video editing, you're going to need at least 4 gigabytes of RAM memory. More RAM memory, the better. And lastly, an LCD monitor. This is not a necessity. This is only if you have a preference for it. I'm sure you've seen a lot of video editors. They look very professional just because they have 3 screens, but really, you only need your 1 screen. I have a laptop that I do all my video editing on, and it works perfectly fine. It just is whatever works for you. A lot of LCD monitors are not very expensive. If you want a huge 27-inch one, it will be beneficial to your process. You'll be able to see things better. You'll be able to look at multiple things at one time. That being said, just because it's not expensive, all this other stuff is very expensive for a very good computer, so it all does add up. I probably will get one in the future, but I don't need one right now. So these are some questions that you might want to ask yourself while you're purchasing your computer, because it's going to be a very big investment for you. You want to ask yourself, does it have enough storage for all your footage? Will you need an external hard drive? Will the export process take longer than usual? These are just some questions to ask when you're determining what you want with your computer. All of the 5 features that I just said are pretty important if you want to do video editing as a freelancer or just as a job in general. So the second essential for video editing is finding your professional editing software. With me, I honestly started with iMovie just to learn the basics for editing, just trimming and audio, basic titling, all that jazz. But I eventually moved to Adobe Premiere Pro, where I learned a lot more features, a lot more transitions, and I'm still honestly learning stuff that I can do on there every single day. The opportunities are endless. Documentaries are filmed, montages, any vlog style, anything that you could think of can be on Adobe Premiere Pro. It's also available for Windows and Mac users. If you have both of those computers, you can do that as well. So I strongly advocate it. There's a lot of amazing features that you can discover on there, but I also heard for Windows computers, Camtasia is a very good software that you can use as well. And for Mac users, I heard that Final Cut Pro is also very good. If you want to do Adobe Premiere though, I strongly suggest it. There usually is a monthly rate that you have to pay for these programs, or you can just pay everything up front. So really the key to choosing the right software is choosing which one best fits you. Number 3, the third essential to video editing, peripherals. As I previously stated, an external hard drive is most likely needed. You're going to have a lot of footage, especially if you're going to take on not only your own footage, but other clients' footage if you're thinking about freelancing or doing it as a job. Headphones. Headphones, honestly, you don't need an expensive pair. I use Apple headphones sometimes. As long as you can listen to the clarity of the audio, if there's any background noise that you need to reduce. But nice headphones would be cool too, but you don't really need them. An external computer mouse. You don't need this either, but it also does help. It'll help you do edits faster, comfortably, and more efficiently, but it's not a necessity, once again. Mice are usually designed for video gamers, so for video editing, unless you're doing like a lot, then yeah, get a mouse. But if you're just doing like the basics every day, I think a computer mouse that's on your laptop or wherever is gonna be just fine too. Fourth essential to video editing is workflow. So workflow is the most important if you really want to do this as a job. You have to organize your projects and files into folders so that you remember where they are. Audio files, B-roll, montage footage, just vlogs. It helps the process go a little bit faster instead of just looking around for a file all the time. Utilizing keyboard shortcuts. This is a big one because this is going to help your video editing process go by a lot faster. Instead of just looking around how to get these done, do research on Google, all you have to do is just press 2 little buttons. Boop, boop. So when I first started, of course, I literally didn't know any keyboard shortcuts. It takes a little bit to remember them, so I did write them down in my notebook just to make sure that I was going back and doing the right thing. Once you memorize these, it's going to be really easy to expedite this tool in your editing software, but it also will vary from software to software. And scheduling. Scheduling your time is really important so that you can just keep getting better at this video editing. I do it almost every single day. I do research, I learn. Research, doing the skills that you learn is going to make you a better video editor. If you're really serious about video editing, put the time in and it's going to reward you. And last essential, incorporate your editing style into your videos. Video editing is a type of art, whether it's a documentary, whether it's a montage, whether it's a vlog. It reflects on you. You need to find your specific passion and go for it. You can identify your editing style by seeing what is drawn to you the most. What videos do you watch? What are you trying to incorporate into your videos? What goals are you trying to accomplish? Do some research with your editing software, your computers, and practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, the better video editor that you will become. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this helped you. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and press the big red button down below to subscribe to this channel. We are almost at 200 subscribers, so please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next video. Bye!